Love is a beautiful thing indeed. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. Today we'll be reviewing Love Happened, the latest Nollywood movie by Ruth Kadiri. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. So this is like a love story, but it's a story that the main characters had to make a very big decision in order to end up together. Now let's get into it. So Dennis and his friend, they are good friends who live together, and then they are in the same profession. They are all mechanics, and this lady always visits them with food. Olivia, they say the way to a man's heart is his stomach. So I think Olivia believes so much in this adage and wants to emphasize on it. So she brings Dennis and his friend food almost every time, that's the way to a man's heart, just because or mainly because she has feelings for Dennis. And I'm like, okay, so if you a woman, a wealthy woman, would say you have your own car, you have your own work, and the person you have feelings for is I already want to use the word wretched, but it's at a place that he needs more push, but you are not giving him what he needs. I don't know how I should even say it's I need something, and then in order to give me the thing, I think you want me to ask, or you are just passing. I don't know how to say, but I felt that Olivia had the means to lift Dennis up anytime she could. Moving forward in this film, Olivia admitted, I think, no matter who you are, when someone likes you, I think you'll be able to tell, because when someone likes you, the behavior they will show towards you is different. So definitely Dennis knew that Olivia had feelings for him. Going forward, a young woman just shows up called Amanda, who claims she's looking for a job. I'm like, oh really? You show up in a mechanic shop looking for a job? Who gives a job in such place? But I also think that sometimes you need to go to the least places because they are the people you can guarantee you get something from. So Amanda shows up there wanting a job, not like a job, but her main purpose is that she just wants a source of living, like food, because she hasn't eaten since yesterday. So if at least she stays in the workshop and then she cleans around, at least when they buy lunch or breakfast, they can extend some to her. So that was the main reason why Amanda went to the shop to look for a job, and that is when love happened. There are some attitudes that we portray that we may be like that naturally, but there are some people, when we portray that attitudes to, it's special to them. Like Amanda's case like this, Dennis fell in love with her, not immediately per se, but his attitude, his way of speech, his way of talking, his way of treating a woman. That is how he treats Olivia, yes, and that's the same way he treated Amanda. But Amanda, being a poor person and receiving such treatment, showed that Dennis was really a good guy. This happens in our daily lives. I like the fact that some movies try to tell us what is going on in our daily lives. So yeah, when we have a particular attitude and we decide to specialize or specifically treat some particular people with that attitude, we end up missing our opportunities, because you may never know who you'll be treating next a bad way. That's not how you treat other people. I don't know if I'm making sense, but we should just be general, or we should just be equal in treating people the same. So let's say I'm a good person and then I decide to act good to some people, and then I'll act good to everyone. But there are some people, they'll act good to people who they feel they can earn something in return. Like Dennis' friend like this, he's always good to Olivia just because Olivia is rich, Olivia is wealthy, Olivia has a car, Olivia has the means to promote him financially and all that. So he's always good to Olivia. But then Amanda shows up and then he's all rude. He's acting like he hasn't even seen a human being before. And that is what I call true character. The true character will come when you are not aware, when you think there's the least person who I should reveal my character to, and that is when you be found wanting. So yeah, Amanda as a regular person wins the heart of Dennis just because she's calm, she's adoring, she's loving, she's hardworking, and she's polite too. And this is, one thing Dennis didn't like. Dennis didn't want to depend on Olivia, and it's like Dennis was reading Olivia's mind. According to Olivia, she would make sure that Dennis bows to her. That is, she's just doing it gradually until he's finally under her feet, begging for everything he needs. And it's like Dennis found a way to read it. That's why they say that action speaks louder than words. In Olivia's actions, she's loving towards Dennis, or her words, she's loving towards Dennis, but she has this attitude that you can't really point it out whether it's genuine or not. And there are some women who will go the extra mile to get the men they want, like they are going into it all, like full body, full nyanya into it. And that's how Olivia is. You want the guy because he's handsome, because you feel he's hardworking, because you feel you can have beautiful babies with the guy. But your intention towards your affection for the guy is so wrong. And funny enough about this world, people or the other person or the opposite sex, they have a way of reading it. Like the opposite gender have a way of feeling that, no, you don't have good intentions towards me. And that's how I felt like Dennis felt. Like he didn't have good intentions towards him. She didn't have good intentions towards him. Coming into the picture, Amanda coming into the picture. Okay, now Amanda has come into the picture. She's a loving girl. Now Olivia finds Amanda as a distraction. This is what happens to some people. They, instead of concentrating on themselves and working on themselves, they rather put the blame on others because they accuse them of being the reason for their failure. And that is what Olivia was doing. When Amanda came into the picture, she didn't see it wrong that letting Amanda clean her shoe, clean her car, is rather turning or putting Dennis off. I think the only idea she read was that the way to a man's heart is his stomach. She didn't read that, okay, you need to be good, you need to be loving, you need to be caring. Like there are so many attributes that makes a man attracted to a woman. The only thing she knew was the food, and I'm not even sure she's the one who prepares the food. When I saw the relationship between Dennis and then Amanda, I realized I know this feeling or something will grow between these two, because you cannot just be defending someone out of the blue like that, even though that's how you are. But naturally, there's a natural flair that will give you some attraction to the person. And yes, Dennis felt very attracted to very attracted to Amanda. Now, going forward, when Dennis' friend decided to do that crazy thing he was paid to do, and Amanda flee, and then she had a car crash and all that, moving forward, her life changed completely. Like there was a total change of life. She just moved from grass to grace within a twinkle of an eye. So this shows us that sometimes when we are at a certain phase in life that everything seems so dark, everything seems so impossible, we are just one step ahead. We are just one step to reaching our destination. If Dennis' friend didn't attempt to have something like do something crazy to Amanda, she wouldn't have run away. She wouldn't have been knocked down by a car and see the person who knocked her down, a rich man. Like that's how life is. Life just looks at you and then makes you suffer for a while and then shows up out of the blue unexpectedly to help you. And that's what happened to Amanda. When I started this review, I spoke about Dennis and Amanda both giving a certain type of opportunity to be rich. Dennis being given the opportunity by Olivia, and then Amanda being given the opportunity by the rich man. So Amanda, they had a chance to marry the rich man, but when you follow money, you end up selling your happiness away. And I think Dennis was smart enough to think about this. When they both decided to stand up for what they wanted, what they really, really wanted, they came together, and what brought them together was pure love. There's no money attached because both of them are poor, and fortunately for them, they are being held by a rich man who wants nothing in return, who has taken Amanda like his daughter. Like it's a beautiful love story. Honestly, it's though we know these are movies, but these are very realistic. There's something that happens in real life. You see how Amanda came out, she disappeared for maybe a week, and then she came out all dressed up, all glowing and all that. How do you think then his friend felt? He felt so bad. And that's what happens when we treat others wrongly, when we treat others bad. The table might just turn around within a twinkle of an eye. So yeah, I'll be ending this review here. Love Happened. I feel it's very nice. It's a story well spoken about. I wish that the story would follow more on how Dennis and his new would-be wife will settle and then start businesses here. So let me know your thoughts. Have you seen it? It's on Ruth Kadiri's YouTube channel, and let me know what you think about this. For me, I think it's a good love story. I like the fact that she doesn't bring so many characters into her movie. It makes the story simple and very educative. My name is Lydia once again. Till next time, bye.